right. Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, was in absolute domination mode tonight against 3 Olympians of the Phoenix Mercury. Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kahleah Copper was absolutely dominated tonight by Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark. Will White Jesus lead the Indiana Fever to the playoffs for the first time in many, many years? Kennedy Carter had a point to prove, and Chicago Sky looked absolutely horrendous last night in their loss. We're going to talk about that and much more right after the Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. That's right, baby. You see the people in the crowd. They're standing up, putting their hands over their heads. They can't believe the past. Nobody can believe the past. Are you not entertained? Oh. Oh. What's up, boys, girls, he, she, they, them, we, or whatever you choose to identify as? Welcome to the W360. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and welcome to the first episode back from the Olympic break. Are you not entertained? Oh! Oh! Oh, yes. White Jesus put on a show tonight, baby. White Jesus put on a show. Yes. Ah, what a game that was. Welcome back from the WNBA Olympic break, everybody. What's up, Lisa G? What's up, Sade? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the W360. We are back, baby. The WNBA is so back, and White Jesus kicked down the doors, baby. White Jesus kicked down the door against 3 Olympians. 3. Let's go, White Jesus. Oh, too big. Let me get her down. Let's go, White Jesus. 29 points, 10 rebounds. She almost had a triple-double. And if you ask me, tell me if I'm wrong, this game tonight was more entertaining than any game during the Paris Olympics. Right or wrong? This game tonight had way more action, way more excitement than any game of the Paris Olympics. Now, I'm not trying to be the negative person. All I'm saying is White Jesus looked like she was the gold medalist out there. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, baby. Brittany Griner looked slow. Diana Taurasi just looks like she's going through the motions. Diana Taurasi plays like she didn't put in her 2 weeks notice. You know how you're at that job that you don't like, you didn't want to quit because you have too much respect for the boss? So you don't want to just walk out and quit on the job. So you give your 2 weeks notice, and then during the last 2 weeks, you're just going through the motions. Diana Taurasi has turned in her 2 weeks notice. She's out there just jogging along. I don't care what happens. 2 week notice, Taurasi. Oh! Oh! Yes, and let me tell you something. I don't want to hear anything because I heard the announcers trying to allude. If you've been following this channel, I called this last week. If Indiana was to come out and win against the Phoenix Mercury today, the first thing everybody wants to holler is, oh, they're so tired. Oh, they came back respectfully. They got the gold medal. Respectfully, congratulations. Congratulations. The Olympics are over. But I don't want to hear anything about they're so tired. Brittany Griner shouldn't be tired. She didn't do anything in Paris. Brittany Griner did nothing in Paris. Diana Taurasi didn't even play. As far as I'm concerned, Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner were on vacation in Paris. They were on vacation. So don't tell me they retired. They weren't. They got a lot of rest. It just happened to be in Paris. They're not tired. At the most, you may be jet lagged. At the most. You guys shouldn't be tired. Diana, you should be well rested. The only thing you did in Paris was wear a back brace. That was it. That was it, Taurasi. Respectfully. I have a lot of respect for Diana Taurasi. But other than that, Diana, no one on Phoenix should be that tired. Nobody. They stink. I didn't hear anything about them being tired last night when they dominated Chicago. Nobody talked about Brittany Griner being tired when she was throwing Angel Reese all over the place. Nobody. Everybody is online. Oh, they did bring back a gold medal. I could go over there and win a gold medal. Did you see the women they were playing? So don't tell me that. White Jesus dominated. White Jesus showed why she should be the one wearing the medal. Diana Taurasi should give her medal up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Diana Taurasi should respectfully take off her medal and give it to White Jesus. White Jesus looked like the Olympian tonight. If you were watching the game and you didn't watch not a game in Paris and you didn't know who got picked, you're trying to tell me you wouldn't watch this game and say, number 22 from Indiana must have been the one in Paris. Oh, this is so amazing. So let me tell you something. Rookie of the Year conversation is over. The Rookie of the Year conversation is over. We don't need to talk about it anymore. The Rookie of the Year is already won. At this point, we're past the Rookie of the Year. We need to be having talks about MVP. First team all WNBA. The Rookie of the Year conversation is over. It's done. Wash your hands. Wash them. Seriously. Diana Taurasi needs to give that gold medal back the way you give your car back when you can't pay the car note. Give it back, Diana. You have 5 other. You have 5, Diana. That's what you don't need. I think you should give it to White Jesus. You give the gold medal up right now, Diana. You shut your pie hole and you give it up. Give it up. Seriously. That's correct. Kahleah Copper absolutely balled out tonight. She had 32 points. Yes, she had 32 points. Kahleah Copper is on fire, which, again, Cheryl Reeve didn't even play her one game. So that just goes to show you nobody knew what they were doing in Paris. Nobody. Kahleah Copper looked like she deserves her medal. But as far as I'm concerned, Brittany Griner can give her medal back, and so can Diana Taurasi. They can both march together and go return the medals. You guys don't look like Olympians. Neither of you. Seriously. Seriously. And speaking of Kahleah Copper, Kahleah, what is wrong with you? What's your problem? Kahleah? You just won a medal. You just got back from Paris. Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry, Kai? Who are you upset with? Who did it? Who did it, Kai? She just plays so angry. I mean, she's kicking the ball in the Chicago game last night. Tonight, she's pushing people. Literally, White Jesus had to tell her, it's just a foul. It's just a foul. I was like, you tell her, White Jesus, why don't you shut your pie hole, Kahleah? It was a foul. What are you so angry about? Kahleah is so unlikable sometimes. Goodness gracious. You're balling out. You're having a good game. I understand that you have teammates that nobody in America believes that there are two other Olympians on your team. So you may be frustrated about that, Kahleah. But don't take it out on everyone you're playing. You're just becoming unwatchable. She seems so angry. She seems so angry. Somebody said she's from Philly. Is that how everyone from Philly act? Is anybody from Philly in the chat? Is that how everyone acts from Philly? Let me know. I don't know anyone from Philadelphia. Literally, White Jesus had to tell her, it's just a foul. You shut your pie hole, Kahleah. Seriously. Next, Natasha Cloud. Why are you so just hard? It's almost as if Natasha Cloud has to prove her masculinity, you know? She's just like, oh, I'm the man out here. Oh, oh. Like, Natasha Cloud it seems like she wants to fight everybody. What are you dealing with, Natasha? What are you trying to prove? What is Natasha Cloud trying to prove? She's just... My goodness. Natasha Cloud, these women are something else. These Phoenix women are something else. I mean, between Natasha Cloud and Erica Wheeler, it's just some weirdness going on between them. They both are just so like, who can be the... You know? It's so weird. So weird. It could just be me. I don't know. But between Natasha Cloud and Erica Wheeler, it's like they're both trying to prove something. Like, you know, it's weird. Super weird. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lucy. Yes. Overall, this game was so fun. The back and forth transition game. White Jesus said it at the end of the game. The Indiana Fever, they are at their best when they are playing in transition. It seemed like that they were focused on pushing the entire game. This team was a well-oiled machine tonight. Everything was clicking on all cylinders. I still don't like Erica Wheeler on the floor. I don't. I think Erica Wheeler got way too many minutes in the third quarter. I think Erica Wheeler is getting still too many minutes. I don't like Erica Wheeler on the floor. I think she should be booted. Boot. However, overall, this team looks to be clicking very well tonight. Very, very well tonight overall. Third quarter had me a little bit like, all right, keep playing. Keep playing, Christy. Are you going to get White Jesus back in the game or not? Don't you see the score, Christy? Get White Jesus back in the game. What do you think Erica Will is going to do? Keep the lead? Indiana was up by 28. Someone said Erica Wheeler did okay tonight. Erica Wheeler did not do okay tonight. Erica Wheeler had too many minutes. She had too many minutes. Too many minutes. I don't think so, no. 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 Erica Wheeler should get at the most about 3 to 4 minutes a game. That's it. That's it. No. Sarah said, Wheeler makes too much money. One of the top paid. Yeah, so at one point in the third quarter, I was really thinking to myself, where's White Jesus? Why is she not on the court? What is Erica still doing out there? Right? But that just goes to show like how young this team is. You can't lose a 28-point lead. You can't lose a 28-point lead. Once you have your foot on the gas, you have to keep your foot on the gas. But that, in my opinion, reflects back to this team does not have veteran leadership on the floor. Not yet. You're not going to get it from Kelsey Mitchell, and you're not going to get it from Erica Wheeler. So this is still a young team. So I wasn't shocked when the 28-point lead slipped from them. And there's no leadership in the coaching staff as well. So literally, this team has to fall back on their talent, which is the talent of White Jesus, who is well-rested and who was knocking down her shots tonight and who was, for the most part, making good decisions with the ball. Because you don't get any leadership from the coach. You don't get any leadership from any vets on the team. There aren't any vets on the team, right? So this is a team that's thriving off of a rookie's raw talent, which is so good that she's able to beat a person that's been in the league for 40 years, and that is Diana Taurasi. That's Diana Taurasi. Thank you so much, James, for the super chat. Thank you. So, yeah, but this... I mean, Chrissy, you've had 3.5 weeks. You haven't figured this out yet? You haven't figured this out yet. When to effectively use your timeouts. And when to pull Erica Wheeler off the floor. Pull her out. Everyone is rested. Keep your strongest on the floor. Katie Lou has to step up some more, too. She has to step up some more, too. Don't Turn Around says, I love Boston. You guys think Kahleah Boston had a good game tonight? I'm just asking. I haven't said anything. I'm just asking a question. Do you guys think Kahleah Boston had a good game tonight? A good dominant game tonight? Or just a solid game? You guys think Kahleah Boston had a good solid game tonight? I haven't said anything. I'm asking you guys a question. Do you guys think Kahleah Boston had a good game tonight? And I mean a game that after a 3.5 week break, practice with your team activities, carnivals, and everything. Do you guys think Kahleah Boston came out and had a game that looks like she's well rested and has really been putting in work in the gym? Kelsey Mitchell had a really, really solid game tonight. A great game. I think Kelsey Mitchell is going to play the rest of the season out as best as she can so she can land in the best position possible when her contract is up at the end of the season. If you guys have not seen, it's 50-50 it looks like in the chat. 50? Half of y'all say Kahleah Boston had a good, decent game. The other half says no. Half of y'all say Aaliyah Boston had a solid game. The other half says no. I'll circle back to Aaliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, in my opinion, we're going to see the strongest play from Kelsey Mitchell because Kelsey Mitchell knows this is her last season with Indiana. If you're not on social media, Kelsey Mitchell made it, basically said she's not coming back after this season. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Kelsey Mitchell had a strong game. However, I feel like Kelsey Mitchell should be a part of a program where the team can revolve around her. Kelsey Mitchell does not want to be a role player. She doesn't play like a role player. She is very uncomfortable playing in a system and passing the ball. Kelsey Mitchell, I think, would thrive in a program where she is the number one option. And this, unfortunately, program, she's never going to be the number one option. Not with White Jesus on the court. And I don't think she likes that. So I think Kelsey Mitchell, and, respectfully, I think Kelsey Mitchell should, go to a program where she could be the Arike Ogunbowale of the team. She can just chuck up shots all game. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. She can just chuck up shots. So, I think Kelsey Mitchell is going to have a strong second half of the season so that she can shop herself accordingly, which will benefit Indiana. So, Kelsey, you keep doing good. Kelsey, you keep doing good. You keep shooting as long as you keep doing good. So, Indiana White Jesus can get to the playoffs. You just make sure you pass the ball when you need to pass the ball on your way out. Kelsey Mitchell had 28 points in a season high, 3 assists tonight. So again, everything was clicking on all cylinders. Everything was clicking, but I do think Indiana could get a better guard in Kelsey Mitchell's position that's willing to play within a system, and that's okay with being a role player. But Kelsey, you keep doing good. You keep doing good. Indiana, at the end of the day, is going to benefit. Where do I want to go next? Let's take a look at some key plays from tonight. And then we're going to come back and talk about the game a little bit more. And then I want to talk about Chicago Sky last night, Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese. We're going to talk about Chicago Sky. Let's take a look at some highlights from the game tonight. Oh, I meant to turn down. Yes, Kelsey did her thing tonight. Aaliyah Boston. That goes for y'all that says she had a solid game tonight. There's Aaliyah. White Jesus was in dominant mode. In the dime. So this is when I say Indiana was clicking tonight, because you guys remember at the beginning of the season, Kelsey couldn't catch this pass for nothing. Kelsey couldn't catch a cold. Now look, Indiana's playing really, really good basketball right now. White Jesus looked very confident in making this pass. Lexi Hall, confident. White Jesus and one on the Olympian. Gold medal where? These are jokes, guys. I do. For those of you who don't understand the sense of humor, I 100% respect the U.S. team and the fact that they brought back the gold medal, okay? So these are just jokes. White Jesus is better. But these are jokes. All right. So just to kind of wrap up this game tonight, Hopefully Indiana can keep this going. And I really feel like Indiana could be a strong force in the playoffs this year. They keep playing like this. Nalissa Smith step up a little bit more. Kelsey Mitchell keep this going. I think Aaliyah Boston can step up a little more. Just a little more. I'm not trying to be hard on Aaliyah, but I think Aaliyah could just be a little more dominant. You know, the dominance that she was showing before the Olympic break, which I think she'll come around. And we'll see Indiana in the playoffs making a run. Led by White Jesus. All right. Listen, guys, let's go over the stats. But before we go over the stats, we got 530 plus people in the chat. Please hit this like button, guys. Please hit the like button if you have not hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to the W360, subscribe. Okay, this is your new home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell another friend about the W360, okay? Make sure you hit the like button, guys. We should at least at a minimum have 200 likes. At a minimum. It takes 5.5 seconds. Hit the like button. Okay? Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Just to wrap up, as far as Indiana versus Phoenix tonight, White Jesus had 29 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double. She's one double-double away from tying Vandersloot for the double-double record, all WNBA double-double record. Aaliyah Boston had 14 points, 9 rebounds. Nalissa Smith had 13 points, 9 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell had 28 points and 3 assists. Okay? Kahleah Copper had 32 points. Diana Taurasi mistakenly scored 16 points. And Brittany Griner, she had 10 points. One of the biggest women in the world. She had 10 points and 4 rebounds tonight. All right? Oh. And yes, that has resulted in a 3-0 sweep. How about that, Diana Taurasi? I mean, what your comment, Diana, isn't aging very well. For you to say White Jesus is going to have, this is a big woman league, White Jesus is going to have a learning curve. Diana, the only person that looks like they're having a decline curve is you. It's you, Diana. White Jesus look like she adjusted just fine. More than not when she played against you. Talk about a grown woman league. White Jesus looked like the grown woman out there tonight. You look like the rookie, Diana. Diana looked like the rookie. What learning curve, Diana? What learning curve? You're the only one on the curve. Seriously. Talk about eating your words. Y'all, sometimes it gets hard not to laugh up here. You can't help but laugh. The WNBA this season is a gift that keeps on giving. Talk about reality is coming. Diana, the only reality this season is the fact that you need to face reality and retire. That's it, DT. Save yourself the embarrassment, Diana. Seriously. Oh. Diana has to cut her mess. She has to cut her mess out. Reality is coming. This is a big woman league. All of this is just aging like milk, Diana. Save yourself. Save yourself. Seriously. Kennedy Carter needs to, I think Kennedy Carter just needs to get put off this Chicago Sky team. Boot her. Get her out of here. Please. It's too much drama. And she's stirring up trouble again. So if you didn't tune in yesterday, Phoenix, the team that Indiana White Jesus dominated tonight. Phoenix beat Chicago 85-65 last night. Chicago looked, Stephanie Walk. What's up, Stephanie? Chicago looked a mess last night. Chicago looked a mess. They looked a mess. Kennedy Carter did not play because she said she was sick. Okay. So just to give you guys a quick rundown, the day before, or I want to say maybe 2 days before the game yesterday, ESPN put out a top 25 player list of the WNBA. Kennedy Carter was ranked maybe 21, 22, something like that. Long story short, Kennedy Carter did not like what she was ranked as far as being in the top 25. Angel Reese was ranked number 19. White Jesus, Caitlin Clark was ranked number 15. Way too low, if you ask me. But again, what are lists made for? To create conversation, right? So Kennedy Carter goes to her Instagram and she's making all these statements as far as, she was ranked too low. She's liking tweets on Twitter that people are saying Kennedy Carter is the best player on the Chicago Sky team. Kennedy Carter is better than Angel Reese. Kennedy Carter is the best player on this team. Blah, blah, blah. Normal Twitter conversation. All of a sudden, Kennedy Carter is not able to play in the game against Phoenix because she says she's sick. Kennedy Carter, you had 3 weeks to get sick. You get sick the night before your game after you're upset because ESPN said, Angel, you're not the best player on your team. So to me, and to a lot of people, Kennedy Carter sat out of the game last night to prove a point. She sat out of the game to prove a point, and to me, boot her out the league. She's a terrible teammate. If this is true, if that's the reason why she did not play last night, because she wanted to prove that she's the best player on the team and Chicago can't win without her, get her out of the league. Boot her out. No team should have to put up with this mess. You're going to leave your team and your teammates hanging the first game back from the break because you're upset about a list and what people on Twitter are saying? Abysmal. Get her out the league and don't bring her back. I don't care how many years pass. Don't bring her back. This girl is cuckoo. This girl has insecurities. She's a troublemaker. She has anger issues. You don't leave your team hanging like this. Get her out the league. It's so many guards that are just as talented as her that could play in her position. There are guards that have been cut, guards that are playing overseas, Gabby Williams. Cut Kennedy Carter. Prove a point to her. We don't have to put up with this. It's too many good players to have to put up with a player that acts like this. Boot her. Close the door and lock it. Lock it. Go play for the Harlem Globetrotters. You can go play in the AU League. This is after she was upset that she says that the Unrivaled League did not pick her. And I've told you, Kennedy, If you guys haven't watched my previous show, it may have been the episode before this. I told Kennedy, you're not getting picked for these opportunities because you're a troublemaker. Nobody wants to be around you, Kennedy. And you just keep proving me right. Go on. You keep on, Kennedy. You just keep proving me right. I told you last week you were a troublemaker. I told you last week you were a bad teammate. And look what you turn around and do. You bail on your team. I would never go to battle with Kennedy. Ever. Someone says she might be really sick, though. That's not the WNBA problem. Go get some help. Go get some help. And I'm not trying to sound like, a sociopath or someone that, lacks empathy. I really, Kennedy, if you're sick or if you have issues or something, I really hope that you can go and get some help. But don't do it on our watch. We want to see good basketball. Now, the thing is, Kennedy Carter is probably the top guard in this league that no one can guard. The only person that's guarding Kennedy Carter is Kennedy. She's the only one stopping herself. With her attitude. You're chucking people over during the game. You're Goldberg spearing white Jesus. You're making up paparazzi stories. You're bailing on your team. Kennedy Carter is a mess. I would not want her on my team. I wouldn't want her a part of my organization. I wouldn't let Kennedy Carter play in my league for free. Ever. Ever. Someone said, grow up and get the bag. No one has time to wait on her to grow up. This is a grown woman league. You heard Diana Taurasi. This is a grown woman league. This isn't college. We're not talking about a college freshman here. We're talking about a grown woman who has been put off multiple teams. Seriously. Get her out of here. You're fired. Fired. This girl has issues. Nonetheless, if she was trying to prove a point, she proved it. Because Chicago's Sky looked a mess last night. Chicago Sky looked a mess. Chicago Sky looked horrendous. They were almost unwatchable. They can't score. First of all, you get rid of Marina Mabry. Then Kennedy Carter isn't playing, so that forces Angel Reese to be the number one go-to option. Angel Reese. Y'all know we give it straight here at the W360. Angel Reese looked awful last night. She was awful. Now, Angel Reese is going to be a problem. Once Angel Reese learns some body control, and this isn't anything new. This isn't anything new. If you watched that game last night, you saw, Angel Reese was a little, last night. But once Angel Reese learns body control and she can work on her, just a post move, just a few moves to put in the bag, right? Angel Reese can be a problem. Right now, Angel Reese just plays hard. I say this as a fan of Angel Reese. Love Angel Reese. I've said it since the beginning of the season. I know y'all say Angel Reese, Angel Reese. I love Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese plays hard, and I love, what she's brought to the league. I like her game. She plays hard. You can't deny that. Angel Reese has to complement her hard work and her effort with skill. She has to at this point, because now it's being exposed, especially now as we move forward in the second half of the season. It's being exposed more and more. Angel Reese is shooting, 21% right now? Right, it's close to about, 19 for 44, 19 for 46 in the last 4 games. And all of her shots are right under the basket. So what I'm hoping, I know that she's playing in the Unrivaled League, but what I'm hoping for Angel Reese is, first of all, this Unrivaled League is competitive. It's not a joke like the AU League. And I'm not surprised that AU is a joke, because that's Sydney Colson's league. Anything Sydney Colson has her hands on is just like her, a joke, right? So hopefully this Unrivaled League this summer can give Angel Reese a chance to help develop her game. I hope they're not just in Miami shooting TikToks and playing basketball on the side. I really, really am rooting that Angel Reese can really get in the game and complement her relentlessness on the court with a skill set. And I say that respectfully. Angel Reese has to develop a skill set to complement how hard she plays. And I think she'll be unstoppable. Someone said Sydney Colson just caught a stray. Sydney Colson is a joke. She's the biggest joke in this league. Her league is a joke. That AU league is a joke. So what I'm hoping from this Unrivaled League, Nafesia Collier and Nafesia Collier and why am I drawing a blank? Brianna Stewart. What's Stewie? This league that they put together. I'm really hoping this can be a competitive league. I really am. That helps develop the players, and they're not in Miami shooting TikToks all summer. Okay? Seriously. So there's that on Kennedy Carter. I think Kennedy Carter is a mess. I'm over her. Get her out the league. Replace her. She can be replaceable. It's not that hard to be a great guard in this league. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You can get Alexis Morris to come and do what Kennedy Carter is doing. There's somebody out there you can get. Seriously. I don't think that Teresa Weatherspoon should put up with this mess. You get kicked off of teams in Atlanta. Mind you, she did the same thing to the Atlanta Dream when she wasn't having her way. She came out and decided not to play. Get her off the team. Send her home. And don't even give her a 24-hour notice. Just cut her assets off. She should go and show up to the facility. Well, they don't practice in the facility. When she go and try to open the door and unlock the chains to the doors where they practice at, her key shouldn't work. Change the locks to the chains. You know how they changed the locks? Or they was chaining the doors in that movie Lean On Me? Chain the doors. She should not be let in. Chain the doors and don't give her a key to the lock. No key. Someone said, nah, I don't think Carter is easily replaceable. They don't have to be as good as Kennedy Carter, but again, you don't have to try very hard to be good in the WNBA. You may not get someone as good as her, but at least it'll be someone where you don't have to put up with this baloney. Kennedy Carter is not sick. She was trying to prove a point. Seriously. Moving along. Phoenix beat Chicago 85-65, okay? New York put a beating on the LA Sparks 103-68. Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu were fresh off the Paris Olympics, baby. They literally had double-digit points in the first quarter. Also, speaking of Olympians coming back, Naphesia Collier ended her game yesterday with a double-double. So, if we're going to speak highly of these Olympians, and as far as they look like they keep it going. They look like they don't need a rest when they win. We also need to keep that same energy when 3 of them lost tonight to White Jesus. Diana Taurasi was well rested. So was Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner didn't do much. And speaking of Brittany Griner, I meant to say this earlier. Brittany Griner, you had a lot of mouth tonight. Talking back to the refs, getting technical fouls. I sure wish you would have had that aggression in Paris. When China was pushing, Belgium was pushing you all over the place. But I can understand why Brittany Griner not going to do nothing as much as get a tech overseas anymore, okay? Technical foul. Put her handcuffs on her. If I was Brittany, I wouldn't get a tech overseas either. I'm not arguing with no ref. I'm not arguing with anybody. Brittany Griner get a tech, they gonna put her back in jail. I'm sorry. Moving along. But yes, New York put a spanking on LA yesterday, 103-68. The Sparks, they just seem to the Sparks just need to get it together. What is going on with Zia Cook? The Sparks they seem like they don't ever show up to play unless they play in Vegas. Speaking of Los Angeles Sparks, De'Erica Henby and the Sparks play Vegas this Sunday. I'll be set. And if you don't know the storyline behind that game, De'Erica Henby sued Becky Hammond and the Las Vegas Aces. So that'll be a good game, and I'm sure we'll see another version of the Los Angeles Sparks because that's the time that they seem to only show up and play. Los Angeles, they need Lexi Brown back on the court. Karen Brink is hurt. So Los Angeles is really, really struggling right now. They're really struggling. Also, Minnesota won against the Washington Mystics, 79-68. All right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the Unrivaled League. Yes, this game, the Sparks versus the Aces, baby. The Sparks versus the Aces, baby. Yes, the Sparks, they do stink. But they don't stink when they play against Vegas most of the time. So this should be a great game. This should be a great game. Unrivaled. If you care, these are the players so far that have been picked for the Unrivaled League for at least the 3-on-3 team. All right, we have Stewie, Naphesia Collier, Chelsea Gray. She made the team. Arike Ogunbowale, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Ron Howard, Kahleah Copper, Jackie Young, Angel Reese, De'Erica Henby, and Kayla McBride. This is your team, folks, that will compete in the 3-on-3 competitions. Yes, Chelsea Gray, You see it right, folks. Chelsea Gray, she continues to get picked no matter how much she suck. She continues to get picked. I've never seen anybody get rewarded for being so bad. So yes, guys, if you care, this is your 3-on-3 competition squads. And moving forward, they will be announcing their 1-on-1 competition squads. They'll be announcing those next. So, what? Y'all are funny in this chat. Lisa G. Y'all don't care about the Unrivaled League. Oh, y'all don't care about the Unrivaled League? Are you guys going to tune into Unrivaled after the season? Well, that's your squad. Those are your squad contestants, guys. Those are your contestants. Someone said Chelsea Gray. Shade says, so yes, guys, we can wrap up there. I'm going to jump into the chat. CJ, what did you think about Chelsea Gray in Paris? Chelsea Gray stunk in Paris. She stunk up the place. If you haven't followed me earlier, I'm going to say it now. Nobody wants to say it. They call her the point guard and all this. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Chelsea Gray and how she's performed in the past. But we're talking about Paris. Chelsea Gray stunk. She stunk. Chelsea Gray was slow and she was heavy. She didn't do anything. I said it before and I'll say it again. Chelsea Gray was a stinky, dirty diaper. Stinky, dirty diaper. She stunk worse than the river. She stunk. She had no business being on that court. None. None. Chelsea Gray was playing in slow motion. She stunk up the place. She should give her medal back too. Take it to a pawn shop. Seriously, Chelsea. Go donate to that medal to somebody in need. Seriously, she was a stinky, dirty diaper. And anybody that has anything different to say, what game were you watching? Respectfully, the best player on that team besides Given, Asia Wilson, and Brianna Stewart, who I feel like is not talked about enough on that USA team, was Jackie Young. I love Jackie Young. Jackie Young is not talked about enough. You want to know why? Because Chelsea Gray's funk is covering up everything, and you can't see past her stinkiness. Chelsea Gray stunk. Chelsea Gray stunk. You could go to Paris right now and you will still smell her. She stunk. Stinky, dirty diaper. I don't understand how Chelsea Gray is continuing to get picked for these type of opportunities. USA team, Unrivaled. She's been playing on one foot. She's been slow. I understand her wife just had a baby. Chelsea Gray plays like she just had the baby. She stunk. Stink. She was so awful. At one point, I remember watching the game, and I remember thinking to myself, where we at, 54 minutes? Okay, I'm going to wrap up. I remember watching the game, and I remember thinking to myself, she stinks. God. She's awful. She looks round. She looks awful. Stinks. Seriously, Chelsea Gray is dirty diaper. Dirty diaper. Sydney Colson is a mess. While we're talking about stinky players, Sydney Colson is a mess. I can't wait to see Vegas play tomorrow. Sydney Colson, maybe Chelsea Gray has been around Sydney Colson too long. Get Sydney Colson off of Vegas if they want to three-peat. And if they don't three-peat, it's Sydney Colson's fault. Sydney Colson stinks. Seriously. All right, guys. Y'all are silly in this chat. I love y'all too. Thank you so much. I love y'all too. That is going to wrap up tonight's episode of the W360. If you have not liked this video, please be sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed to the W360, please subscribe to the W360 and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the W360. CJ, what did you think of the Fever did well tonight? Why did the third quarter suck so bad? RC, you must be late. What's up, RC? We talked about it. We talked about it already. I think Erica Wheeler played too many minutes. She played too many minutes, and I think the youth showed in the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever does not have any type of leadership on the floor or in the coaching staff, so it's typical for a team that does not have any leadership to let a 28-point lead slip through their fingers, right? You don't have a vet on the floor that can gather the team when things are getting emotional, and you don't have a coach that knows what she's doing. So, of course, Phoenix is going to be able to, capitalize on the breakdowns of Indiana and come back. And Indiana has a generation talent in White Sheezas on their team. So they're able to pull out the lead, just literally falling back on their talent. But you just got to get some more players on this team, man. You have to get some more players on this team. Yes. Go back and watch RC. Thank you, Lisa G. What's up, Lauren? All right, guys, that's going to wrap up tonight's episode, okay? Be sure, Cara, thank you so much. Thank you. You don't stink. Love you. I love you back. Thank you so much for the super chat, Cara. That's going to wrap up tonight's episode, guys. Take care of yourselves tonight, and I will see you back here on Sunday. Yes, but make sure if you are subscribed, please turn on your notifications. I may do an episode tomorrow. I may not. Depends on how I feel. But yes, please turn on your notifications, okay? Like this video if you haven't. If you're watching the playback, please like this video, share it, do all the things YouTube wants you to do to keep the W360 in the algorithm so this channel can continue to grow, okay? Welcome back. The NBA is back. I will see you guys on Sunday. Until next time, peace and so grease. Oh.